Hi, everyone. How are you? So, I have a few questions for you. My first question is, how many of you do not even think about your breathing? Give me a thumbs up on the chat. Okay. Yeah. How many of you would like to know how you can make yourself heal yourself through breathing? Type heal. So, I'm Dr. Charles Edward Sorrento. I'm a family physician in the Philippines, and I'm the only, and so far the first and only physician who is a certified in the world-renowned Buteyko Method. So, before I start, I want to thank you all for coming. I know you have lots of things, you have lots of work, you have family and all this, and I'm taking a bit of your time, and I want to thank you all. Everyone here, there's a total of 15 in the room. It's a good number. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for all those who's watching this through Facebook Live. Thank you. Thank you. So, I'm going to ask you a few questions. No? Tonight, you're going to learn a few good things. And if you like it, just type what I'm going to tell you. So, you're going to learn. First, there are 3 things that you will learn tonight. The first is that you will learn that there's a breathing pattern that will get you to sleep well. Type me. Do you like it? Type me. Another one is that you will also learn that there's a breathing pattern that will help you alleviate your pain from asthma or sleep apnea or allergies right here, right now. If you like it, press heart. And finally, I will tell you a secret that will tell you the secret to your breathing for healing. So if you like this, type yes.
Why you press heart?
Why do I press heart? Well,
why you press heart?
Well, press heart because people will love it, will love the program. And I am so excited. Oh, I already have 7 comments. Yes, heart. Thank you. So, So, how many of you guys experience a lot of coughing? Or you guys have coughing from asthma and all these things? Type me on the chat box. Okay. Would you like to do any of these? Who among you here would like to play with pets? Like to have pets? Would like to go to the beach, play sports, or save your money? Type me in the chat box. Me. Yeah. Now the problem is, you'd like to do all of these, but every time you want to do them, you develop asthma, you start coughing, and you start to have spending. You have to spend for your medications, for your doctors, for your hospitals, and you will have to end up saying no to all of these. It's a little bit shame, no? But you know what I want to tell you is these things you can mess up, you can miss on these things, but you are not alone. Asthma. Asthma is the most common chronic condition of people all around the world. 20 million people in the Philippines alone is estimated to have asthma. And what more is that it's not your fault that you have asthma. It's said that asthma is about having, they said it's hereditary, it's genes, but in reality, it's caused by triggers. Now, our problems are caused by a lot of triggers. A lot of chronic disorders is caused by triggers. Hypertension, when you get angry, all these things. There are a lot of triggers all around us. But the problem is there are a lot of things that we don't really know the mechanism by which they happen. For instance, how many of you here, suddenly, when it's cold, you get colds. You get clogged nose when it's cold. Type me in the chat box. Yes, okay. Have some here from Mark Gerald, from Mayit. Yes, Suzette has said me. How many of you wake up? When you wake up in the morning, you find your nose is clogged, and when you try to blow it, there's no mucus coming. It's just clogged. Type morning in the chat box. Okay, Suzette also says me. How many of you here, when you start to run and do your exercise, you start to have shortness of breath. You start catching your breath like that. Type catch. catch, C-A-T-C-H, no? And you start to become, when you're running, when you exercise, you get dizzy, you get, all sorts of problems. Type catch, yes. So there are these things to trigger a lot of problems, yet people don't know, the doctors don't really know what causes this, no? Why these things happen. That's where I will introduce to you, while many of these, how many of you would like to correct these problems while you breathe? Type breathe, breathe. How many of you would like to correct these problems while you breathe? Type breathe, breathe. Yeah, breathe. All right. Now, this part is going to be very interesting for you guys, no? I'm going to be telling you how your breathing affects your health. And a lot of this is based on the research from this guy, Dr. Konstantin Buteyko. He's a medical doctor from Russia, and he developed a lot of the principles of what I'm going to be teaching you today. He discovered a lot of things, and among them is this particular aspect of breathing. Now, breathing was taught to us in school in this particular manner. When you inhale, oxygen goes into your lungs, just like this. And then when you exhale carbon dioxide from your lungs and out into the environment. Who among you here agrees this is how breathing was taught to them in school? Type school, S-C-H-O-O-L, school. Yes, school. So this is how breathing was taught in school. However, this way of teaching breathing is not complete. It's not complete. Why isn't it complete? Well, oxygen doesn't stay in your lungs. Oxygen has to go to all the different parts of your body. Now, it's impossible for me to draw all the different parts of your body, so I'm just going to draw a hand. And I'm going to show you how oxygen travels to the hand or to the different parts of your body, all right? So this is what happens. When you inhale, oxygen goes from your environment into the lungs. And then when it gets to the lungs, the oxygen will stick to the red blood cells. It's a part of your blood that makes your blood red. When it sticks to the red blood cells will travel via blood vessels to the different organs in your body. And in this case, it's the hand. And when it gets to the hand, your red blood cells will not release oxygen. Instead, it will wait for carbon dioxide to stick to it. And when the carbon dioxide sticks to the red blood cell, that's the only time oxygen will get released and make it available to your tissue. And now your red blood cells carrying carbon dioxide, and it will go back to the lungs where carbon dioxide will be released. So this is a more complete picture, no? Who likes this? Press heart. Heart. Hurry. So if you like it, press heart. It's a more complete picture of how... my mouse fell down. Oh. See how exciting this thing. Even my mouse likes to jump around. All right. Okay, now I'm going to share with you a problem that happens in this particular aspect. A problem, no? Look at this. The red blood cell has just arrived in your hand. The red blood cell is carrying two molecules of oxygen. And yet, when the hand releases one carbon dioxide molecule, and the red blood cell will only release one molecule of oxygen instead of releasing both molecules. So your hand will get only 50% of the oxygen that the red blood cell carries. Okay, so what happens when your hand doesn't receive all the oxygen that your red blood cell carries? Let's zoom into the cell so you can see it more clearly. You know, I see a lot of people talking about cellular products, cellular. I don't know, have any of you actually seen what a cell looks like? Okay, here's a representation of what a cell looks like. All right, so there's a part of the cell that looks like a sausage. That's the one in the upper right hand, and that's the mitochondria, and that is the organelle of your cell that produces energy. It's like a generator. Okay, how does this generator operate? Well, it will first take up oxygen, it will take up carbohydrates, it will take up protein, and it will also take up fats. And using these carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and oxygen, the mitochondria will use a function or a process called aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration. And aerobic respiration will produce for the cell 32 up to 36 units of energy. That's a pretty good number of energy. Yeah. Now, the problem here, remember that in our illustration, only one molecule of oxygen was delivered to the hand. So this means that many of your cells will not receive oxygen. what will happen if your cells don't receive oxygen? What will happen? Well, first of all, your mitochondria, your cells, cannot produce aerobic respiration. And without aerobic respiration, your cells will not have energy and your cells will die. So, what will your body do in order for it to survive? Well, it will have to think of another way, or it will have to use a different way so that it can produce your energy. And in this particular manner, it will be using anaerobic respiration, which means no oxygen, anaerobic respiration. In anaerobic respiration, your cell will only take up carbohydrate, and then it will produce only a small amount of energy. In this case, only around 4 units of energy. And then, because of anaerobic respiration, it produces byproducts. It's like diesel for your car. The diesel produces a bit of black smoke compared to gasoline, for instance. And the same with anaerobic respiration. It produces lactic acids and it produces interleukins, which end up producing a cascade, producing histamine. So because of anaerobic respiration, your body will have more histamines. Have you heard of histamines? Who here has heard of histamines? Who says it sounds familiar? Type me. Me. Why does histamine sound so familiar? Histamines sound familiar because when you have allergies, we doctors will give you an antihistamine. An antihistamine will knock out this histamine and will remove all the allergic symptoms. So good, you take an antihistamine, your allergic symptoms disappear. However, I'm going to ask you, was histamine your main problem in this case? Who says yes? Who says no? Type yes or no. Yes or no. Yes, Michelle, you're exactly correct. You're perfectly correct. Histamines is not your main problem. Your main problem was the lack of oxygen. The reason why your body had to use anaerobic respiration and had ended up producing histamines was because it lacked oxygen. Okay, what other problems can you see from this illustration? You can see from this illustration that, look at this clearly. If you look at carbohydrates, carbohydrates is the only thing that is being used to produce energy. So people who have this, who use anaerobic respiration a lot for producing energy, they will find themselves frequently hungry every 3 to 4 hours. Who among you here suffer from this? You just ate and you find yourself hungry, and not just hungry, but you're craving for carbohydrates, sweets, bread, rice, stuff like that. Type me again. Me. If you have this symptom, all right. Now you'll also find that there's a lot less energy, no? Only 4 units of energy.
Yeah,
so if you keep using anaerobic respiration, you'll find yourself getting tired easily. No? So I get a lot of people who have this problem. They come and they complain to my clinic, "Doctor, I'm always tired. Doctor, I seem to be always tired." It's because they produce very little energy. Their cells produce very little energy. Who among you here have this problem? Type tired. T-I-R-E-D. Tired. So here you can already see some of the symptoms that constantly using anaerobic respirations can bring you. Always getting hungry very easily, getting tired very easily, having allergies that keep coming back. You just take antihistamines, but the allergies keep coming back. No? Now, if you want, how are we going to solve this? Remember, I told you that you could see that the problem here is the lack of oxygen. So if you want to improve the oxygenation of your cells, what we have to work on is to improve this particular step where the oxygen is replaced by carbon dioxide. No? We have to improve this step. If you had more atoms of carbon dioxide available, then it will release more molecules of oxygen into your tissues. So again, if you have more carbon dioxide, more oxygen will be made available to your tissues. So if you want to improve your oxygenation, you have to increase your carbon dioxide levels. So this sounds a little strange for some people because we were sort of taught, sometimes a lot of people think, and I don't blame anyone for this, but it's a common misconception to believe that carbon dioxide is toxic for the body, it has to be brought out, and it's only good for the plants. This kind of belief came out because we are exhaling carbon dioxide. We are removing it from the body, no? So a lot of people think, hey, you are removing it from the body, automatically it means carbon dioxide is bad for the body. Okay, who thinks this way? Type me. Carbon dioxide is bad for the body. Me. Can type it in. Yeah, come on. Okay, I'm gonna ask some of you some questions. All right. We have here Christian has written me. All right, Christian, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you sweat or do you urinate? Do you sweat and urinate? Yes or no? Yes or no? You can unmute yourself and you can say yes or no. Yes or no, Christian. Yes, Christian has written yes. Yes. You know, does this mean, Christian, that just because you're urinating water or you're sweating out water, does this mean that water is toxic for your body and you don't need water? You should remove all the water from your body? Yes or no?
No.
No, right? You are correct. We need water very much. But even if you need water very, very much, you are still removing it from your body. Carbon dioxide is no different. Carbon dioxide plays vital roles in your body, and yet your body constantly removes it from itself. And just because you are exhaling it, a lot of our teachers had presumed, oh, you are removing it from the body, automatically it's probably bad for your body. This is not true. Who does this make any sense to anyone? Type sense, S-E-N-C-E, sense. Tama ba? No, S-E-N-S-E, sense. Okay, does it make sense, no? It's not necessarily, doesn't mean that just because carbon dioxide is being released from the body, it doesn't mean it's bad. All right, so carbon dioxide has 5 known functions in the body, at least 5. The first one is that carbon dioxide helps deliver oxygen to your body cells, just as I described it to you. No? So without carbon dioxide, oxygen cannot be released to your body cells. Number 2, carbon dioxide makes your blood vessels wider and bigger. It's called a vasodilator. So if your blood vessels become smaller, what will happen? First, you will have poor blood circulation. So you might end up waking up at night with your hand becoming numb or your leg becoming numb. Does anyone here have this experience? Type numb, N-U-M-B. You suddenly wake up, your hand is numb or your leg is numb, or sometimes both hands are numb. You wake up sometime in the morning, both hands are numb. All right. Another one is that if you have vasoconstriction, the blood vessels become smaller like this. The blood going to your eyes, the eyes has the smallest blood vessels. The blood going to your eyes become very much reduced, so you get eye fatigue very easily, or you wake up with itchy eyes. You get itchy eyes in the morning. Who experiences this? Put itchy, I-T-C-H-Y, itchy. Yes, no? Okay. And then lastly, if your blood vessels become smaller like this, what will happen to your blood pressure? Your blood pressure will shoot up. It will shoot up. So I had a lot of patients, for instance, I had a friend, he came into my clinic. He was from Malaysia. He was 35 years old. All his laboratory tests were normal. He was being given 3 antihypertensives. And the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with him, and he just had hypertension. His blood pressure was always 180. And I told him, I checked him out, and it looked like he was hyperventilating. His carbon dioxide level was way too low. So I taught him how to bring up his carbon dioxide level, and for the first time, his blood pressure became normal, and we were able to remove 2 out of 3 of the medicines. We just kept 1 just for safety, but if he continued on, I'm pretty sure we would be able to remove it as well. So who likes that? Who here knows somebody with hypertension and they don't know why the blood pressure is high? Now, it's very common now, 30 years old, 35 years old, I'm getting people, they don't know why they have hypertension, everything is normal. And this could be one of the reasons, no? Right. Number 3, carbon dioxide is a major acid in the body. When it goes to your blood, it becomes carbonic acid. Again, your blood has to have the correct amount of acid. If you have too much, you will die. You have too little, you will die. So what your body does is it balances this acid. It has mechanisms to balance it. If you have too little carbon dioxide, your body needs to produce more acids. What is the most common acid you can think of in your stomach? Well, I can think of the stomach acids, hydrochloric acid. So when your stomach keeps producing this acid just to compensate for the lack of carbon dioxide, you will end up with hyperacidity, gastritis, or GERD. gastroesophageal reflux disease. So you keep coughing, coughing. So who among you here has these symptoms? GERD, coughing, they don't know what causes, just dry cough, early morning, they just cough and they don't know why. They have hyperacidity. Type me, yes. Type GERD, GERD. If you have these problems, GERD, gastritis, and then you take medicine for this, and when your medicine gets finished, the GERD comes back, the hyperacidity comes back. And you say, why, doctor? Why? I already avoided all the medicines and everything. You know, I used to have GERD every day. And I grew up with ranitidine. Ranitidine is now about to be banned around the world, by the way. But I grew up with that. And when I learned that it was carbon dioxide, and I was able to fix my GERD, my gastroesophageal reflux disease, my gastritis, it disappeared. And now I can eat anything I like, practically, and I don't get gastritis anymore. Number 4 is carbon dioxide is a bronchodilator. This means it makes your airway open up. It opens up your airway and makes your airway wider and easier to breathe in. So this is the problem now with asthmatics. People with asthma, their airway becomes smaller like this. And this is one of the mechanisms of asthma. It can be one of the mechanisms for asthma. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, who among you here, when you go up the stairs, you suffer from, you can't seem to breathe properly? You mean you go up the stairs, like you go up the LRT, it's three, it's very, very high. When you get to the top, you suddenly start to have shortness of breath. Type hard, H-A-R-D, hard, H-A-R-D. If you have this, experience this, no? Yes, no? All right. You may or may not have asthma. If you have asthma, you can catch asthma. If you don't have asthma, you'll just have that shortness of breath. All right. Number 5, carbon dioxide regulates breathing. It is actually the chemical that your brain looks for and decides whether it will breathe or not. It's not oxygen. It's actually carbon dioxide. So if you run out of carbon dioxide, what will happen to your brain? Your brain is going to say, oh, you don't have enough carbon dioxide, I'm just going to stop breathing. So how among you here suddenly stops breathing when they're asleep? Let's say you will know this because you will feel like you suddenly kick and you wake up. Sometimes you will just wake up early morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, your mouth is dry and you don't know why you wake up. Or suddenly you feel like you're kicking and you wake up like this. Who among you here experience this? Type morning, morning, no? And this particular feeling sometimes comes with a feeling of falling down, no? So you have a dream that you're suddenly falling down, you kick and you wake up. Some people, they just feel the kick, they wake up. Some people, the family members know that they have this because they snore very loudly, and then suddenly the snoring stops, and then they snore very fast. So it goes like this. Like that. No? So this is, they know they suddenly stop breathing. No? So that could be, that may be because of the lack of carbon dioxide to drive the respiratory center of your brain. So if you have the symptoms, any of the symptoms I mentioned here, or if you have even more than one of the symptoms I mentioned here, I know some people who have all the symptoms I've mentioned here, you might have a problem with your carbon dioxide levels. Now, especially if you've already tried all sorts of medicines, all sorts of procedures, all sorts of things, and you still can't resolve your condition, then maybe it might be a carbon dioxide problem. Now, I had this guy from the US, and his problem was that he was always sleep in the daytime and all these things. And his doctor told him, oh, you know, you have sleep apnea and we're going to have to put you on a machine and all that. And then he contacted me and he wanted to learn Buteyko Method. And when he learned it, his daytime sleepiness disappeared. He was up and running. It was very, he would sleep much better all through the night. Now, who wants to experience something like this? Type sleep, S-L-E-E-P, sleep. We were able to make his sleep much, much deeper, much, much better. All right. Now, if you need to increase carbon dioxide in your body, you have to know how carbon dioxide is computed in your body. Don't worry. It's not going to be a hard mathematical equation. In fact, it's very easy. All right. So I can see some names of some business people in this group. And so business people know. All right. How do you compute? What is the formula for money? What is the formula for your money? Okay, I'm going to tell you anyway. The formula for money is your money is equal to the amount of money that you earn or produce minus the amount of money that you spend. Is this correct? Type money. Money. Who agrees with me? Your money is the amount of money you produce minus the amount that you spend. All right. So if you want to have more money, it's either that you earn more money or you spend less. Am I right? If you agree, type money. Money, money, money. All right. I don't see anyone typing. There. It's a money. Yes. If you write it down, this is what's going to happen. Okay. Now, carbon dioxide is not a big difference. No? Carbon dioxide is equal to the amount of money, the amount of carbon dioxide your body produces divided by the amount of carbon dioxide that you spend. Again, carbon dioxide is equal to the amount that you produce divided by the amount that you spend. So how do you produce carbon dioxide? You produce carbon dioxide when you exercise. And you spend carbon dioxide or you lose carbon dioxide when you breathe. All right. So some people will tell me, doctor, that means all I need to do to resolve my problem is I need to exercise. Yes, he's right. So we're going to try out going up the stairs. So I'm going to request, if you guys are comfortable with this, to turn on your cameras. And I'm going to take a look at, let me see, I can't seem to figure out how to make this. Oh yeah, I can remove the spotlight and then I put you on gallery view. All right, please turn on your cameras if you're available. And I want you guys to try this out, no? You try breathing like this, no? You're gonna take deep breaths for around 6 seconds. Some people will need 10, some people will a little longer. If you have asthma, please make sure you have your asthma medication with you. If you don't have your asthma medication with you, then don't try it so much or stop immediately when you start to feel something. All right, this is the test I'm gonna ask you to do. We're going to do deep breathing for a few seconds. And if you start to feel shortness of breath, dizziness, something uncomfortable, you stop already, all right? We're going to try it out like this. Come with me. Come on, take a deep breath. Come in, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Through the mouth, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Continue. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys, does any of you here feel tired already? Please raise your hand. Who feels tired? Okay, so that feels tired. Who feels a bit dizzy? Please raise your hand. Other hand, raise. Okay, Mercy feels dizzy. Okay, Raymond feels. Who among you here feels shortness of breath? Like they're suddenly they're feeling that they're having some difficulty of breathing. Pancho is feeling this. All right. Now some of you, we already stopped it. No, I did not proceed. Some of you will need to do this for 1 minute to feel the symptoms, or some of you may already feel some slight symptoms. By the way, I'd like to ask, anyone feel palpitations on the heart? By any chance? None yet. All right, very good. But for those of you who feel palpitations, you have to ask yourself, is this the same thing you feel when you feel palpitations? You start to feel the shortness of breath first, you start to feel a little bit of the dizziness and all this, all right? Okay, I'm going to ask you now, Suzette, Michelle, Pancho, Ronald, thank you for participating. I'm going to ask you guys, is this the same thing you feel when you go up the stairs? You feel the shortness of breath, the dizziness, yes or no? Please, no, yes. Suzette says yes. Pancho says yes. Ronald says yes. Michelle, you said no. Do you feel anything when you go up the stairs or no? Or you don't?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right. Okay. Okay. So there are reasons why. Okay. So this is the hyperventilation stress test. So I'm going to explain to you what just happened. Why does Pancho, Suzette, and Ronald feel like they went up the stairs? The symptoms when they go up the stairs. Pancho, please turn on your mic. Then I'm going to ask you a question. Did I ask you to go up the stairs? Did I ask you to go upstairs? Yes or no?
No.
No. All right. But did you feel the same symptoms when you go up the stairs right now? Yes? Yes, no? Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just showing you this because many times when you go up the stairs and you feel like you're panting, you're having difficulty of breathing, your heart is racing, people will tell you, uy, kulang ka sa exercise. You lack exercise. Who has heard this before? Kulang ka sa exercise. Ngayon, I'm gonna ask you guys, did I ask you to exercise? And the answer is no. I didn't have you guys exercise. It has nothing to do with exercise. The problem is, it's like this. If this is a stairway in front of me, sabihin natin, may hagdan, and I'm going up the stairs, your breathing is, You're breathing like that. And the one that's causing all your symptoms is not going up the stairs, it's your breathing. It's your breathing because you're breathing heavily. And that's exactly what I have just shown you. Now, for those of you who might not have felt the same symptoms yet, it's maybe because we cut off the test very fast. Now, if you were in my clinic, I could do it for 1-2 minutes. But because we're not in the clinic, I have to play some safety. Now, a bit of safety here. All right. Does it make sense? No? Does it make sense to you guys? Yes? Yes, no? Yes. Please type yes. All right. So let's go back. So this is the problem. This is what happens. Doc, I need to do exercise. So they start to exercise like this, all right? So are they going to earn more carbon dioxide? Yes, but their breathing becomes like this. Just like what I showed you a while ago. When you go up the stairs, your breathing becomes heavy. You start deep breathing. What will happen to your carbon dioxide? Okay, Attorney Pancho, can I ask you, in your assessment, Attorney, kumita ba yung person na to or nalugi? Kita or lugi? Lugi, exactly.
Lugi.
It's like you wanted to earn more money, so you got a higher paying job, but you found out that your expenses in that new job is much more than what you were earning. So, lugi ka pa. So this is what happened here. They tried to earn more, pero nalugi pa sila because of their breathing. So this is what happens to a lot of people when they exercise. They become dizzy, they start to vomit, they feel all sorts of bad things because they lose the carbon dioxide instead of earning it. The others naman, especially asthmatics, it happens after the exercise. After the exercise, they deep breathe and they will lose the carbon dioxide. How about sleep? A while ago, I was mentioning a lot of people, they have the nose is clogged up when they wake up, they have the allergies when they wake up, they have hyperacidity. Why does it happen when they sleep or when they just woke up? Because in sleep, the breathing becomes heavier automatically. Your breathing becomes deeper and you don't exercise. So the carbon dioxide loss is much more bigger. It's much bigger. So this is hindi lang to lugi. Lugi to. You lose so much. So that's why a lot of people, they get asthma attacks at night. So if you've been watching listening to my thread, I've been asking, why do people get asthma attacks at night? And this is the reason. This is also the problem when there's cold weather. When there's cold weather, people start to deep breathe. When people are stressed, how do people breathe when they're stressed? So the breathing becomes heavier. There's no exercise. You lose carbon dioxide and cause the constriction, cause all your things. In fact, I have so many patients who come to me because they say they're overstressed. And when I check, all the symptoms is because of hyperventilation. So hyperventilation leads to all the stressful in a lot of the symptoms of stress or so-called stress. If you can correct that, you can actually still be stressed and you won't have those symptoms. So how do we correct this? Well, to correct this, I have to teach you how to regulate your breathing so that it's softer, it's quieter. Just give me 1 second. All right, so I'm going to be teaching you. The Buteyko Method teaches people how to make their breathing softer, how to make their breathing much less so that the carbon dioxide will rise gently. All right, so in order to do this, you don't need any special equipment. You don't need any complicated positions, and you don't need any grueling exercises. When you learn it once, you can keep it and keep doing it forever. Who likes that? They don't have to keep going back to the department store to buy something. Type me. I like. Or type like. Pancho says upright like this. Once you learn it, you just have to apply and keep doing it. That's the beauty of the Buteyko Method. And this is the reason why I fell in love with this technique. I've been taking medicine until I was in college. I kept taking medicine until I was in medical school. I was taking medicine and just kept coming back. When I learned how to regulate the breathing, my hyperacidity disappeared, my back pain improved, a lot of these things improved. Hey, I just mentioned back pain. Why do you have back pain? Who here experiences waking up with back pain? Over here, you wake up with back pain. Please raise your hand. Okay. All right. Or type back. All right. I see one hand. I two hands. Okay. I'm going to explain to you why you get back pain and why you get headache. A lot of you here, when you get tired, you're going to get headache that starts from here going here. No? Then it starts from here. You say, oh, I have high blood. But some of you have high blood now because you have pain here when you check your blood pressure. Okay, I'm going to explain this to you guys. All right, please turn on your cameras again. Please, please, please turn on your cameras. I'd really greatly appreciate it so you can benefit from this. Oh, what's immersive view? Oh, this is the immersive view. Okay, so you can benefit the best, no? All right, I want you guys to put your hand on your chest like this, like this, like this. Okay, and then I want you to look at your camera, yourself on the camera, or for those of you who don't have a camera, or you don't not able to turn it on, you can look at the mirror, or if you don't have a mirror, just feel your chest. Okay, I'm going to ask you, let's take a deep breath, inhale, deep breath, exhale. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right. Try it again. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, exhale. All right. Who among you here noticed that when you inhale, your chest rose up like this and went down? Okay, rose up and down, went down like this. Type chest, chest, C-H-E-S-T, chest, chest. Okay, who among you noticed it? All right, Christian noticed it, Ronald noticed it. No, a lot of people will notice it. No, when they breathe in, it goes in. Okay, now I want you to watch your shoulders. Watch your shoulders. Okay, same procedure. You're gonna take a deep breath, inhale, deep breath, exhale. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Inhale, exhale. Okay, one more. Inhale, exhale. Okay, who among you noticed your shoulders was going up like this and going down? Type shoulder. Ang haba ng shoulder, like S-H-O na lang. S-H-O. Show. Ang haba ng shoulder. Baka ang haba na na. Show. Alright, Pancho had noticed it. Alright, Christian. Okay, thank you for participating. Some people may have noticed it, but they don't. They're a little shy to reveal it. No, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Now, I want you guys to look at my chest and my shoulders, and I'm going to take deep breaths. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll repeat it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Did my shoulders move? Yes or no? Yes or no? Please type yes or no. No. Okay. Did my chest move? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Okay, but I took a deep breath. But my shoulders and my chest was not moving. Now, I'm going to tell you what happens when you use your chest and shoulder muscles for breathing. The first time, your chest is going to get tired very easily. So if it gets tired, you're going to feel chest pain or palpitation. So if you press your chest like this, some of them, it's going to be a bit painful. You try it out, you press, and not everybody, some people, they're already used to the pain, but some of us will notice that it's painful. You press it hard, it's painful, no? And you notice it's painful. So you can type pain, if you feel it. But okay, no? That's because your muscles here are very, very tired from all your repeated breathing. Your shoulders the same. If you press it like this, it's painful. If you press it like this, it's painful because when you breathe like this, your shoulder muscles get very tired. Very tired because very painful. Try niyo yung kamay niyo, no? Yung kamay niyo, just do like this. After 1 minute, your hands is already painful, right? Diba? It's painful na wala pang 1 minute. Lasalo to, you're breathing it all the time. It becomes painful and tired. Number 2, when you use this for breathing, your shoulders and and this one for breathing, your muscles here become stronger and it pulls your body forward. They become stronger, shorter, they pull your body forward and your neck will move forward like this. When your neck moves forward like this, your head is going to be held by your neck forward like this. Your neck is going to get tired. And when it gets tired, you're going to have pain. It comes from here, going here, and it's going to be a throbbing type of pain. In Filipino, kumikirot. Who has this type of pain? Type pain. Please type pain. Pain. Hurry. Pain. You know, when you get tired, you get pain coming here. As usually, it starts off, for a lot of the people, I noticed the history, it started off when they were college, they would take paracetamol, the pain would come back, and then later on, the pain wouldn't disappear, they had to sleep just to make it disappear, no? Now, when you keep using your chest muscles and your shoulder muscles for breathing, you're going to end up with a position called the upper cross syndrome, like this, no? So the person on the left, because of the strong chest muscles, the neck is pulled forward like this. And when the neck is pulled forward, she's going to lose balance because the front of the body is heavier than the back because of the neck forward. So she's going to fall forward. So what the body will do to prevent the body from falling, coming off balance, is going to make the stomach forward like this. And you're going to end up with this like S curve like this. Who among you here have seen your friends, relatives have this kind of posture? or maybe you yourself has this. Type me, no? Now, with this posture, you notice that this part, your buttocks area, is going to get tired easily. So you're going to get low back pain when you're sitting down for a long time, or you're standing up for a long time. You get low back pain because of this posture. All right. So this is really a problem. When you correct your breathing and you don't breathe through your chest anymore and through your shoulders, you can get a good posture. So one of the big benefits of the Buteyko method is the improvement of posture without the use of special equipment. You don't need to buy brace. You don't have to have a special bed, no, to improve your posture. You'll improve. You will heal yourself through breathing. Who likes this? Type like. Who likes that? All right. Okay, so I'm Dr. Charles Edward Florendo, and I'm a family medicine specialist, and I am also Southeast Asia's first and only doctor who is certified in the world-renowned Buteyko method. So they call me a Buteyko practitioner. So when I was 7 years old, I woke up in one of these, and this is an oxygen tent. I found out later on that I nearly died from an asthma attack. So later on, I wanted to learn how to, I mastered asthma, really. I knew what medicines to take. When I feel something, I mastered it. And my asthma disappeared, but I constantly had hyperacidity. I constantly had back pain. I constantly had allergies. And, I mastered how to treat that. I was very proud of myself, And I was even the time that I wasn't even a doctor yet. I knew how to treat these things very well with medicine. However, this guy, Jack Vigen, came to the Philippines one time, and he taught us the Buteyko method. I enrolled in his class, and it really wowed me. When I learned the Buteyko method, my allergies disappeared, my hyperacidity disappeared, my asthma disappeared, my clogged nose disappeared. A lot of these things, and my sleep became so much deeper. Who would like to experience this? Type me. Me. Hurry, me. Who likes to experience this? All right. Now, I finished medicine in the prestigious University of Santo Tomas in 2005. And shortly after I graduated, I volunteered to work in Africa, where I took care of a lot of people. And then over here, I'd like to share my story. When I was in Africa, the doctors there said, "Hey, Charles, you have this technique. Why don't you teach it here?" And I said, "All right." So they gave me this patient who was 50-year-old who had 27 years of asthma. He couldn't work. He had every 5 minutes he would take his inhaler. He placed it in my office. I taught him Buteyko method. And after he learned the Buteyko method, the next day, after 27 years, for the first time, on the next day, he had no more medicines. He was completely fine. 1 month later, somebody from the hospital visited him and said, he really doesn't have asthma, and he hasn't bought medicine from the hospital for 1 month. So because of this, the line to my office became long. I started getting asthma patients. And later on, I was getting asthma patients from all over Cameroon. They would travel 6 hours by bus, 8 hours by bus just to get to this hospital because it was up in the mountain, up in the forest. There were people there was actually a person I got Christmas Day. She had hiked 3 or 4 days from her village to the hospital just to learn this technique. Imagine, this is how much people thought or really believed in this technique, and I saw a lot of them really improve. Now, I earned my certification while I was there. I got certified by the Buteyko Breathing Association, and when I went to the United States, I also earned a certification from the Buteyko clinics, the biggest authority of the Buteyko clinic today, and I became their medical advisor. So I'm chief of clinics at one of the country's oldest private hospital. I founded the Controlled Breathing Association in Cameroon, just the hospital a while ago, and also breathingexpert.com, which is my website. And right now, I'm still the only physician in Southeast Asia certified in this technique. So I've been teaching the Buteyko method in Cameroon, the United States, Hong Kong, and the Philippines, and I've given lectures to places like Thailand and France. However, when the pandemic struck, I had to change my program to an online course, and now I've been able to teach people from China, Canada, United States, South Africa, and even Mexico online. And you can learn it too at the comfort of your home. My program is called the Breathing Camp, or the Comprehensive Asthma Management Program. But don't let the name fool you. It works even for those without asthma but have the hyperventilation symptoms that I mentioned earlier. It works for those who have hypertension, for those with hyperacidity. It's just that breathing camp is a very catchy name. So that's why I chose this. All right. What does the breathing camp include? Well, it includes 3 online sessions lasting around 2 hours each. I will be giving you workbooks, and I will be giving you 1 month full coaching, personalized coaching, and lifetime support. So once you learn this, you can take the course over and over, and you'll be part of my alumni group. And you can ask questions every so often. They consult with me every so often. So it's really a long-term support. I don't want a short relationships. I want a long-term relationships with the people, with my students, with the people I take care of. Who prefers long-term relationships with their doctors, with the people who take care of them? Type long. Who wants long-term relationships with the people who care about you? Type long. And that's exactly for me. I want long-term relationships with the people I care for. So that's why I give you guys long-term support, lifetime support. Now, who can take up the breathing camp? Well, if you are any men, women, age 15 years old and above, if your child is mature enough, even at 12 years old, usually the girls are a bit more mature at this age. Yes, and they can take it up. They have internet and Zoom. If you have to have a webcam. You must be willing to learn this. Pregnant women are welcome. So if you have asthma and you're worried, I'm pregnant, what medicine can I take? You can take this up, and you will be able to control your asthma without medicine. No, so that's why a lot of pregnant women would come to my clinic in Cameroon. No. All right. If you're healing from surgery, like 2 weeks ago, you just had surgery, you had an accident, yes, don't do it first. Wait till you're fully well. Those with psychiatric or mental illnesses or mental challenges, you consult with me. I'm available for consult. Let's take a look and we can figure out if you can do it or not. How about children? Doctor, we have children. Well, I have the workshop for kids, and we can teach it to children as young as 6 years old. I actually do know of a couple that tried to teach it to a toddler. It's a little bit more difficult. They just need a lot more patience, but it was possible. All right, but 6 years old to 12, more or less, it's a good time. Has internet and Zoom and web camera, and I am requiring that the parents attend the session. Not the maids, not the yayas. It should be the parents, because you have to have someone in authority to teach the child. All right, so who among you here know of children who have asthma who can benefit from this? Type me. Me. All right. Who among you here can qualify for the breathing camp? Type me. Me. Type me. If you know people who can qualify to take this, type me. Me. Yeah. So you do know people, not Christian. You do know people who qualify to this. Some of you do know children who can take this up. Okay. The workshop is composed of 4 sessions. So part 1 session are the basics, part 2 are the advanced exercises, part 3 are the lifestyle and environmental stuff we're going to be discussing. And there will be lifetime support. You'll be included in my alumni group, the group where I give announcements there. You can ask questions and all like that. All right. We're going to have, what I did is I did market study, and I produced 3 schedules for you guys. Particularly for those who are in the US and Africa, they usually like the Monday night schedule. So this is 10 p.m. to 12 midnight in Manila, and these will be your schedules: July 9, July 16, July 23. Most of the people who are working professionals, they prefer the Sunday afternoon schedule, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So this is July 11, 18, and 25. And while a lot of those who are the elderly and all, they often are retired, or those who don't have work on Mondays, they usually prefer the Monday morning schedule, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, July 12, 19, and 26. And you can also, this is one of the nice things about this is the schedule is very flexible, and you can actually mix or match. You just tell me, doctor, I'm not available on Sunday afternoon, July 8. We have something. Can I just take the Friday night, July 16th? Yes, you can. You can choose. Not, but what's important is you have part 1, you have a part 2, and you have a part 3 session. Who thinks that this is quite flexible? Type flex, F-L-E-X, flex, flexible. It's quite flexible, right? And you can take it in the comfort of your home via Zoom. If you're absent from a session, I will be sending you the recording of the session for you to watch. So it's very flexible. And then after you watch it, let me know I can coach you. So I'm gonna do a one-on-one with you on video. I'm gonna say, okay, I want to see if you have any questions. Are you doing it right? So you can mix and match, and there's coaching in between the sessions. So between July 9th, for instance, July between the two, no, between July 12th and July 19th, I will be coaching you guys personally on Zoom one-on-one. So I'm not. So this is really. I do this because I want you to get the best results possible. So I will be including one-on-one consultations. You will be getting hyper coaching consultation in your private Facebook group. The first 10 enrollees will get a complimentary copy of my latest book and priority schedule for one-on-one consultations. For those who complete the program, you will also be invited to my exclusive Breathing Camp community where you get lifetime consultancy access and re-attend future workshops for free. What book am I talking about? This is the book. The book is Retain Recovery Control of Your Breath. So this is my fourth book. It's almost finished actually. I'm just in the editing stage now. We're gonna have it